Hey everyone, Kai here, and today I'm coming to you with a live update. So if you haven't noticed, I'm in a different scenery because I moved. I took the plunge of leaving from home and home where I spent my whole life with my family to live on my own during this quarantine. I know it's a huge risk, but I am completely stepping out on faith. So I wanted to talk to you about the whole process in getting me to where I am now. So it all started in August. I had put my name down 3 years ago in the building that I lived my whole life to get an apartment in the building. And clearly my building is very popular because it took me 3 years for my name to come. So when I put my name down and for an apartment, I met all of the requirements. But when they called me 3 years later, I no longer met the requirements. And so I was devastated. I went to an interview, they collected all my information, and then they told me, yeah, no, I was rejected pretty much. And it hurt so bad because I had lived in that building my whole life. My whole family was there. And I really felt like they needed me. You know, I felt like my family needed me. And so it would be a little selfish of me to leave them at a time where the roles are kind of reversing. As I get older, my family is getting older. And so I really wanted to be there for them. But my building was telling me no. And once you get it in your mind that, you know, like, I thought the apartment was mine. So I had my friend who is an amazing interior decorator. I had her doing plans for me. I had her drawing up stuff, and she had created my whole bedroom setup, my whole living room setup. So I had it in my mind. I was excited that I was going to move, and to get rejected, it hurt. It really, really hurt. So I decided that I would try again, you know, and I started, I don't know what, I know what convinced me, but I won't go in that detail, too much info. But I started to look around again around October. Yeah, I think it was September, October. I don't think I never stopped wanting it, but I think I started looking again in September, and then I really started going hard in October because I'm like, I think I need to go. I think it is time. And so I found 3 apartments. And so the first apartment was beautiful. It had everything that I would want in an apartment, especially during quarantine lockdown. It had like a gym, a pool, a playground. It had all of these things, and an indoor pool at that, and an outdoor pool. And it was so beautiful. But when I went to the apartment that was within my budget, it was like half of my current bedroom at home. And it was so small. It was like a shoebox. It was like a dorm. And you were spending so much money, okay? And so for me, I'm like, I don't know if it's worth me shelving all of this money to live in a shoebox. And plus, I didn't like the neighborhood too much because that luxury building stuck out like a sore thumb. And so, and something else that happened is while I was getting my tour, the elevator broke down. So I'm like, oh, heck no, I'm not. I want this place to be a 10 for the money you're charging me. And it's not even including electricity and all the other things that I have to pay for. This place needs to be a 20. And it wasn't. And while it was beautiful and had everything going on, and it sucked because I really liked the realtor there, I decided it wasn't for me, and I prayed on it, and it just wasn't for me. And so I went to another place, and this time I took my mom, and this was close to home. So even if, you know, I lived in this apartment, it would be so close to home, within walking distance. It was in my neighborhood, and the price when I went there, y'all, I literally sunk into a depression for two reasons. One, gentrification. And I just thought of all the people that are just being screwed, the people who lived in their neighborhoods for so long, just being kicked out of their apartments and screwed. But then the other thing was this apartment was so expensive, and this ties into gentrification too. This apartment was so expensive, and once again, a shoebox. It didn't even have a living room. It was too small for a living room. I was in shock by the real estate market, okay? In New York. Horrified. So what happened? I just went into like this state of depression. I'm like, it's never gonna happen. I'm never gonna move. And to top it all off, my mom and the realtor got into an argument because he was very rude. Very. So I'm like, this sucks. It's never gonna happen. I'm gonna live at home forever. It's not gonna happen. And then we enter my apartment now, and that was it for me. I had peace when I came into the apartment to see it. I imagined my bookshelf where it is. I already visually saw everything, and I just had a peace. I wasn't scared. I loved the neighborhood. There was peace about it. Let's just say that. And visually, I saw everything, and I knew that it was for me. But again, it's expensive too. And so I tried to do my research. Realtors in New York, they try to rush you. They try to get you to sign immediately. They only give you 48 hours. But I took my time and I read through everything, and I asked questions, and I went and checked reviews, and I reached out to people that lived in the building. Like, I did all of my due diligence, because while I know, they have expectations to manage, which is getting people to sign a lease ASAP, I have expectations to manage because I'm the one living there. And so I had to make sure that what I was signing up for was for me. And turns out it was. I've been living here for about 2 months now. Yeah, about 2 months. And I thought I would be a scary cat, which I am. I'm so scared. Like, it's a transition to live with your whole family for all your life and then live by yourself, right? The silence. It's a huge transition, but I will say that I love it. I enjoy living at home. I enjoy living alone. I miss my family all the time, to be honest, but I think it's an important step for me to grow as a person and as a adult. And I think everyone should live by themselves at some point in their lives, just to feel what it's like to leave dishes in the sink and not have to get screamed at, or to walk away from a pile of clothes on the floor and no one's telling you to pick it up. So it's just an experience, or utter silence. Listen to that. Silence, complete. And it feels good to blast your music. I don't have to have someone closing my door because my music is so loud. It is definitely a transition, but it's something that I thoroughly enjoy. So I have been so engulfed in like HGTV, getting ideas and looking on Pinterest and just trying to make my first apartment feel good, and feel like it's a place that I want to be at. It's a place that my friends will want to come visit me at, and my family. So I've just been so engulfed in just designing things and interior decorating and just making it a home, because I'll be here for the next year. So yeah, I'm excited. I just wanted to share that life update with you all, and more content, more stuff is coming down now that I have the peace to do so. But thank you for supporting me, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.